Composers are often asked, where does inspiration for your music come from? The answer is everywhere, and sometimes right under their noses. Meet Antonin Dvorak, the oldest of 14 children who was born in a small village in 1841 in what is now the Czech Republic. As a child, he learned to play the piano, organ, and violin from the local schoolmaster. Though his father hoped he'd become a butcher like himself, Antonin was able to make a living as a musician and eventually a composer. Over the next 2 decades, Dvorak became famous throughout Europe, composing 9 symphonies, 10 operas, many choral pieces, and chamber works, most heavily influenced by the traditional folk music of his homeland. At the age of 50, Dvorak accepted a position in New York City at the National Conservatory of Music. There he met a man named H.T. Burleigh, a singer and composer who introduced Dvorak to spirituals, the songs sung by Africans who'd been captured in their homeland and forced to work as slaves in the United States. Inspired by these traditional African-American melodies, Dvorak's own music began to take on a similar flavor. The following year, during a visit to the Midwest, Dvorak's musical influence shifted again as he traveled by train to a village of Czech immigrants in Iowa and then on to Minnesota. Here he visits a place he'd only read about, a place that is, quote, so intensely beautiful that words cannot describe it. That place is Minnehaha Falls. Staring into the shimmering water, he describes falling into a trance-like state and is inspired to write a piece of music reflecting the tunes and songs of Native Americans who lived in this part of the world. Having no paper or computer, he scribbles the music on the cuff of his sleeve. Later it's dubbed Indian Lullaby for incorporating such influences as repeated phrases and the pentatonic scale, which uses 5 notes per octave instead of 7. More than 100 years later, Dvorak is credited with helping this young country find its own musical heart. At the time of his extended visit here, most American composers looked to European sources for inspiration. Yet Antonin Dvorak was a famous European composer who encouraged us to listen to the songs, tunes, and sounds already here.